Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Ballbrief TV. Today's episode is going to be about intimacy and success, how they relate to each other. And we're also going to check them on energetically and on the mindfulness level as well, and how it relates to healing, trauma, because, we are all about trauma healing here in Release with Ease and about healing your mental issues. So how this all connect, that's what you're going to find out today. And we're also going to do a meditation like always at the second half of the show. And in this meditation, we are going to clear the karmic depths of sexual misconduct. And I will also explain why is it so important to do so. All right. So let's dive in. You probably know about it and you heard it so many places that in a relationship, it's really highly recommended to have intimacy, right? It's one of the human needs, of the 6 human needs: connection, intimacy. That's what actually keep a couple happy, right? But this also has effect on your success, on your finances, on your on your fulfillment, and it's related also to your passion projects. How is that? I talk about chakras very often. Chakras are the energy centers in your body. You have an energy body and there is energy centers, and these energy centers aligned with your gland system basically, and it's affecting your physical and mental health as well, how their state, if they are balanced or underbalanced or overbalanced, right? So to the intimacy and relationship, the chakra is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second chakra in your body, the second main chakra in your body. If you see, the root chakra is at your bottom of the trunk, at your tailbone, and the sacral chakra is actually the lower belly area, which is like, for women is around the womb, right? And then for men, it's like basically where the intestines are, right? And yeah, so that area. So that area, if you have any physical issues there, that's already a big sign that you have a blocked sacral chakra. And the blocked sacral chakra not just causing physical issues like the pains and the illnesses and sickness in your body, but it's reflecting to your success and passion and your relationship overall. So when you have a relationship and you are currently very happy in your relationship, but you're still experiencing issues in your sacral chakra, it's most likely because of your past relationships. Maybe you had an ex, or even a childhood trauma, which was related to sexuality, sexual abuse, that could also affect sacral chakra. And also could be a past life issue. So anything which is about relationships, sexuality is affecting the sacral chakra. If you had abuse around that, then it can still affect it, even though right now you are in a happy relationship. And again, it's affecting your success and your passion projects mostly, because let's be honest here, people who really reach success, they are passionate about what they do, right? Sometimes they say like, oh, just do something to get money and to get rich. It doesn't matter if you're passionate about it or not, and you can have something passionate at the side, right? Because you still need to have a passion project to feel fulfilled and happy, right? But if you are able to do like just the passion project for creating the success and wealth, then focusing on one thing is always recommended, because it's really powerful, because where focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're focusing on one thing, it's amplified much faster than you focusing on many things and you scatter your energy basically. Okay. So if you have currently a relationship when you are very happy and you have a great intimacy and everything is just fire, how you call it, like fire, and then you are really happy, but you still don't see success in your life, and then you cannot feel like you're going through your passion project, then you need to do a healing about your past situations. Okay. If you have issues in your current relationship and you're not having success and then passion towards anything, and then just you feel meh in your life, then it's basically you need to analyze your current relationship, like how much you really need to stay in it, because maybe that's what is holding back from your success, your current relationship, whatever you're going through, your struggles, the fights, even sometimes they say that there is sometimes manipulation in the stillness, and in the silence. Like maybe there are no fights, but there is now also no communication, and there is a lot of misunderstanding because of that, and a lot of emotional pain. Okay, so just analyze your current relationship, because maybe that's the thing which is self-sabotaging your success right now. If you are a successful person, you most likely also experiencing a successful relationship, or you don't have a relationship at all, because normally if you have negative relationship, then most likely you don't have a stable success. And another thing what you can realize, that there are some couples who are really successful together. They are like building an empire. And they also saying that it's so important that they have a very good relationship with each other. They have intimacy, they have communication, they have understanding, they support each other in many aspects, right? So and especially the intimacy is really important to have it on a consistent basis to keep that empire striving and keep the connection happy, right? So if you feel like there is no intimacy in your relationship, then why is that? Many times when couples having small children, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to also have healthy, intimate relationship, because probably you're not even sleeping in the same bed, or maybe the mother is always in and out of the bedroom checking on the kids at night and stuff like that, or exhausted, extremely exhausted, both of you. So it's truly how can I say, a challenge to create intimacy when you have small children. But then it's basically about patience. It's about getting some time off through help, asking maybe family members or babysitters or whatever to help, to take some loads away, some days, some nights when you can have like a weekend together and bring back the passion. It's really important. It's important for your relationship, and again, also the success and fulfillment. And this is so important to also for your, stability, security, and finances. So many couple divorces because of their financial situations, and they don't even realize that everything was going down because they stopped having intimacy, or they had intimacy but it not on a level of which was deep and loving, and compassionate, but more like maybe just a doing kind of thing. So it's really important in your success. So why are we doing the karmic debt release for sexual misconduct? What is sexual misconduct? So sexual misconduct is when you are actually having thoughts and actions towards somebody else who's not your partner, who also having maybe another partner. So having that misconduct means like you feel like you need to have access to someone who's actually shouldn't have. That's a karma. You're creating karma because that person is already belong to someone else, is already a partner of someone else. So you shouldn't have thoughts about it, and you shouldn't do anything with that person. You're creating karma. Because basically a relationship is kind of a secret, right? So in this case, I highly recommend you to pay attention who you like or who you have, who you want to be with. It's not recommended to go after people who's already engaged or who's already having partners, because then you're creating karma in your life. And you don't know if that karma is going to hit back this lifetime or next life, if you want to, if that karma comes back to you, how it could come back, it's most likely you losing your next partner maybe, or something is happening in your next relationship or the next relationship, in any of your relationship, when you're gonna start suffering similar way as suffer you caused for the other person, right? In relationship wise. there are so many people out there. You don't need to be with someone who's already with someone. Give yourself the freedom, basically, to find someone who's single. You know, you don't need to be with people who already have partners. Okay, have that mindfulness, have that conscious decision that you actually only looking for a partner who's single and can be yours, and then together you can build an empire and have an amazing relationship. Okay, so it's really important because you're just causing more struggle in your life, more challenges, more complications, and it's not going to be a happy ending, right? That's really what it is. That's what is karma about, like me being mindful of your actions and your thoughts as well. Thoughts, emotions, actions, they connect with the mindfulness. And when you are mindful, you can actually see the consequences of your actions, and you're not creating karma or karmic debts in your life. Okay, karmic debt is the karma which is negative karma, because you can of course create positive karma as well with kindness and compassion, you know, and mercy. But in this case, I'm just saying like how to make sure that you're not even creating in the future this thing. So if you feel like you done it in this lifetime, or you feel like you kind of the person who's sometimes falling into this mistake in this karmic depths, then this meditation is really great for you, because it's gonna release the karmic depths from this lifetime. But even if you say, oh, I was such a great person this lifetime, even from past life is going to release it. And guess what? It helps you to be more mindful and not to cause it in the future. It will change the way how you think. It will change your perspective about this issue, and it even gonna hold you back and create the energy to make you more mindful about this. So it's I really love these meditations because they go really deep. We going into the unconscious mind, and by that you actually connect with the energies, with all your layers and existence, and it can actually change your perspective and stop you from doing these karmic depths, what we do in the meditation about. If you've been in this show before, you know we've been doing other meditations for karmic depths release, and they help you with other areas to not just releasing it or healing it from the past, but also make sure you're not doing it, at least for a while. And then if you feel like, something is happening, I feel like I'm lacking again, then you do the meditation again. All right. So it's how it goes. You can actually find some of these meditations on my YouTube channel on Magical Karma Priestess in the playlist, but some of them is only available in my school community. So that's how it goes. Or some of them I actually present here in the show. So I highly recommend you to join week after week because we do every time some meditations or healing practices which are really deep and really changing your life. They are not just like a quick fix, you know, which you do it once and then you maybe feel good for 2 days and then you need to come back for a similar thing in 2 days. It's more sustainable, more long lasting, and some of them you don't need to do it again, or you just do it maybe one in 2 months or something like that. But they are really going deep, and it's also creating a ripple effect, and it's affecting your soul family as well. When we're doing healings in this show, we as we connecting with the unconscious, we also connecting with the family unconscious and with the karma vortex. So you're basically affecting the whole family tree. You're healing more things, you're healing your ancestors, your lineage. So it's really powerful technique. And if this was your first time, I will also going to explain after the break how the meditation is going to happen, because it's a very powerful meditation. It has some certain steps which needs to be done to actually be able to transcend. It's a kind of transcendental meditation. And if this is your first time here, then might you haven't heard how we do this. So I will explain about that as well after the break before we start the meditation. So intimacy and success, they are really in hand, And I highly recommend you to analyze your current relationship to see how you can actually make it better, how you can actually improve your current relationship, how can you improve intimacy, how can you actually say yes to your passion projects, because it will come as soon as you rebuild the intimacy, as soon as you rebuild that, start healing your sacral chakra, then you're going to start downloading your visions, your passion, your purpose more, and you're going to be more excited about creating and building something together. So I'm coming back with more information after the break, and you are watching Release with Ease, and I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV, and see you in a couple of minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. And today we are talking about intimacy and success, how they connect, and how can you actually make sure that you're reaching your success through having a better relationship with your partner. Okay. And I was talking about karmic depth release as well, about sexual misconduct, but we're going to do a meditation about it after the next break at past. So it's important to make sure that you actually having a partner which is not belong to someone else, right? And you guys can build together something. Okay, you can support each other, not just on an emotional level, but maybe also in your success, but also being there for each other in an intimate level is really important for success. So what is happening if, let's say, you having physical issues, you know that your sacral chakra is most likely blocked because you're having physical illnesses or sickness around that area. Let's say digestive issues. Let's say something in your womb, or that lower belly area is actually sick or inflamed, or with the kidney or lower back pains. There are many people suffering from lower back pains and around their waist, or hip issues, hip replacement, so it's all about, again, can be that something emotionally affected these people because of the success or the relationship wise, either wise. Okay, so how could it be? Maybe some people who were really put a lot of effort into their success, and they felt always guilty if they stop putting the effort, and then they were overdoing things, and that's why maybe they needed a hip replacement or an operation, because they took the competition too seriously, so they were overdoing things. So that was kind of happened to them because of the success part. But you can also see that these people also struggled in their relationship many times. So most likely there was behind also a broken relationship, or an ex, or someone who already started weakening that area through emotional situations, and then it was just got worse as it was amplified. Okay, so what you can do in this case? Most likely you asking, right? So it's the source memory healing. I always say that the most important thing is to go deep and find the root. Like, what were the memories where I actually first felt those emotions or felt those pain, and then I went through certain situations. It doesn't need to be a really terrifying thing or a really tragic situation. It can be an innocent memory which made you feel on a certain way negatively, which was some negative emotions. Maybe you were betrayed, but it was like in your childhood when you were in the kindergarten, right? And then maybe someone bullied you, said something about your skirt, or anything, right? So those memories, you created certain negative emotions in those memories, and then they got buried in the unconscious mind. And then there was another situation and another situation, and you getting these triggers and creating more of these memories because you did not let go the first one. You didn't. What does it mean, letting go? Letting go is actually forgiving to the situation, to yourself and to the other people, and letting it go. be in peace with what happened back then. This is really difficult for many people. That's why they getting triggered over and over again, and that's why they become sick and carrying this for many years, decades, right? So again, if you know about it, if you already have memories consciously, then I highly recommend you to revisit those memories just for the time being, to make sure to forgive and let go. When we do source memory healing, it's a more complex because we go through those emotions, and I actually help the clients guide them through to release it from all layers of their existence. So we make sure that we also release it from your family unconscious and then from time and space, and we even replace it with positive emotions. So it's a more complex thing to go through the whole healing, but basically the biggest part is the letting go and the forgiveness part. So if you can reach that by yourself, that's already gonna change a lot of things in your life, okay? And brings you a lot of healing because it's like a conclusion. But the problem is also that sometimes you don't know which memories were actually related to this, because could be 2 memories, but could be 6 or 7. Again, if you know them, it's great. If you don't, then might you miss some of them. And if it's not completely released, it could still create some triggers in the future, right? It's not going to be complete healing. So basically, releasing, letting go, being in peace, and mostly not just with others, but with yourself. Because many times when people are struggling and in the healing process, they guilt themselves. Oh my God, why was I so stupid? Why did I do that? Why I allowed that thing to happen to me? And they carry that guilt with them for years and decades, and then it's just creating more terrible situations, sicknesses, illnesses, whatever it is, even accidents in your life, whatever is comes into that area of your body as well as a struggle, okay? So it needs to be healed, it needs to be done, it needs to be cleared, because even though you're having an amazing relationship now, it can be still a burden, it can still, even self-sabotage your any positive aspects or any positive goals you have, because of that blockages, is energy blockages in your system, okay? As we have the 7 chakras which is related to the main 7 chakras, which is related to your body, any of them has a blockage, then you can imagine that there is an energy flow, right, in this energy system. And if you have a blocked chakra, it's kind of stocking the energy flow, okay? And this prana energy, which is coming from source through your crown chakra and coming down to the earth and coming back from on earth, through earth energy, and coming up through the chakras. Wherever there is a blockage, then the energy can't flow through, and then that's causing even the other chakras to malfunction or to get blocked later, because the energy is not flowing, right? So you want this path to be cleared. So the meditation which we are going to do, it also helps with that. First, we're going to go through the chakras. We're going to spin them up, because we're going to imagine the chakras like a lotus flower, okay? So we're going to go through all the 7 chakras, opening them up as a lotus flower and spin them up, because the spinning is also help with the clearing. And obviously we also use the source energy and the earth energy. And after spinning up the chakras, cleaning the chakras, we even activate the 8th chakra. The 8th chakra is the chakra of your aura. Why we activate it? Because we want you to connect your multidimensional existence. We want to open the karma vortex. So you're gonna affect also the past lives. You can heal your past lives as well, okay? And then times and space, in time and space everywhere, right? So that's why we're opening up the 8th chakra. That's your connection with the other layers, your multidimension, right? And then we're gonna activate the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a P-shaped gland in your brain, and it's also your third eye. So you have a third eye chakra. So when you activate the pineal gland, you're opening also your third eye chakra more, which is also helping you with your vision of your path or purpose, what you would love to do in this world, what would fire you up, what would be your passion, okay? So it's really important. And you also getting rid of the worry and the fear, which is stopping you to get into that passion or get into that purpose, right? So it's really important. And when we activate the pineal gland, what else is happening in the brain? You start producing the hormones which you normally produce at deep sleep. You're producing melatonin, serotonin, oxytocin, growth hormone, which help you to be more focused, to have better sleep, better mood, also becoming a much kinder person because of the oxytocin, more loving and compassionate person, and also stay longer, younger because of the growth hormone. You become more vital, basically. So just practicing this meditation once a day is going to change your life tremendously, okay? Starting just from opening up the karma vortex, channeling more information from the source and the divine, and also bringing these hormones and a boost into your body, okay? And you transcend. When you activate the pineal gland, you transcend. What does it mean, transcending? You go from conscious mind to the unconscious or subconscious. Why I'm saying or subconscious, because subconscious is the bigger part, but a small part of the subconscious is the unconscious mind. So subconscious is which holds your beliefs, your habits, your fears, your memories, and the unconscious which holds your traumas, your grief, your guilt and shame. Okay, so when you transcend into the subconscious mind, it's always very peaceful and quiet. So people meditate usually to quiet the monkey mind, and it sometimes takes them a long time. Sometimes they're struggling with it just to stay calm and focusing on the breathing. When you do this meditation and you transcend, it's immediately quiet there. Your mind just gonna stop thinking. It's insane. It's really an amazing feeling. So you do that, you transcend, and then that's also going to give you access to the unconscious mind as well, where is all your traumatic experience are buried. So just doing this samadhi meditation, and then you start all your healing process, manifestation, affirmation, subconscious reprogramming, karmic healing, everything you can have. You can start to have these healing processes when you transcend, because you open the access, you open the door, and you just start doing whatever you wish to do at that point when you are transcending. So today we're going to use this transcending state for karmic depth release. But in other days, we used it for manifestation with the pyramid manifestation visualization. If you've been here, you remember. Or we used it for the trauma healing. We had also a session about that. So you can also look back some older episodes for source memory healing. So basically, we start with samadhi, we get into transcendental state as we activate the pineal gland to get access to our multidimensional existence and our soul family, and even to ascended masters or spirit guides, or your unconscious mind, and start the process of your healing or getting guidance or getting visions, because that's what you need to do to fix your current reality. Because some people is looking at their current reality and they want to find the answers here in your body, right? So you have your body, you are in your reality, and then you wake up in the morning and, oh my God, what's going on with me? What's happening? And then you just don't know, you can't figure out. Because many times what is happening is not right here, right now, and you can't see it with your two eyes and you can't sense it with your five senses. You need to close your eyes to see it through your third eye. And you need to actually go outside into the other layers, to past and future and higher dimensions, to be able to fix it. And then you come back and you start enjoy the results. Okay? So that's how it goes. So if you're driving, I highly recommend you to find a parking plot for this meditation. And then after the meditation, you just, come out of the car, walk around a bit, fresh air before you continue driving, because you're going to be a bit sleepy. Okay. Other people, if you meditate at home, you can sit up straight so your spine is straight, or you can lay down straight so your spine is straight. You can do both ways, this meditation. Okay. So I'm really excited to show you this, and I'm very excited also to hear your comments wherever you are watching me on any platforms. You can comment about your results or your experiences, I would love to hear it. Okay, so we're gonna come back after the break to continue with the meditation. Okay, so you are watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Boldbrief TV, and coming back soon. Welcome back to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bekis, and this show was brought to you by Boldbrief TV, and we are continuing with the meditation. So make sure that the room is a bit dark, don't have too much light around you because of the melatonin production, okay? So close your eyes, relax your body, breathe evenly. With every inhale, you inhale peace. With every exhale, you exhale toxins. Do this 4 to 5 times. Inhale peace, exhale toxins. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, relax your legs. Breathe evenly. Bring the energy from Mother Earth to your root chakra. Imagine that your root chakra is a flower bud, and the light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your root chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside, which was carried from lifetime to lifetime, bearing all your past memories, achievements, and failures. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise, with the speed of light, so you don't see the chakra anymore, only a circle. Bring the energy to your sacral chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your sacral chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your solar plexus now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your solar plexus, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your heart chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your heart chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your throat chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your throat chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your third eye now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your third eye, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Bring the energy to your crown chakra now. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your crown chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. And you feel that through your crown chakra, you are connected to the divine. And through your root chakra to the Mother Earth. And between the two is the prana energy inside of you. Bring the energy to your 8th chakra now, which is 6 to 8 inches above your head. The chakra of your aura, soul star chakra. The light strikes the flower bud, opening up the lotus flower of your 8th chakra, cleaning all the petals. And the flower starts swirling with the part of your eternal soul molecule inside. Spin the chakra as fast as you can, clockwise. Now start to inhale from your root chakra towards your 8th chakra and exhale back to your root chakra by your spine. Inhale from your root chakra towards your 8th chakra and exhale back to your root chakra by your spine. Always focus on your 8th chakra. You will experience that your exhalation path is getting shorter and stops above your root chakra. This point is going to be your new inhalation point. And as you continue breathing, this point will move up on your spine and your breath is getting shorter and shorter until it stops for a while. Continue breathing towards your 8th chakra. Every noise besides my voice brings you deeper and deeper. Always focus on your 8th chakra. You can see that there is a ball of light on the 8th chakra. You can even rotate it around. Bring the light from this ball of light into your brain, into your body. See how it's dazzling like a sun ray. Now bring the column of light 4 to 5 times into your brain and accumulate it at the cerebellum at the back of your brain. You can lift up your chin so the light has a straight path through your crown chakra. And now bring the light continuously from the cerebellum into your pineal gland, which is a P-shaped gland in the middle of your brain. Bring the light continuously. And you will connect with the divine. Bring all the light. And you become one with the Supreme Pure Consciousness. Always one, never separate. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. Supreme Pure Consciousness, please delete, release, cancel thoughts and actions of sexual misconduct from my physical body, from my DNA, from my etheric body, and from my soul body, and from my Akashic records, and from time and places, and replace it with I know how to live my life without sexual misconduct. And if you have any memory you've done sexual misconduct with someone, then just see them in front of you in a column of light and ask for forgiveness. You can say to them, please forgive me. I love you. I trust you. I let you go. Take a deep breath. And you can bring your awareness back into your third eye, and you can open your eyes if you feel so. We are going for a short break and we're coming back after that. You are watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. Welcome back, everybody, to Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Bakis, and this show was brought to you by Bold Brave TV. And I hope you enjoyed the meditation. And just watch yourself how you changed, because it changed you. Okay? We rewrote the past, so you're gonna create a new future for yourself. All right? And there's another thing I wanted to mention because of intimacy, right? So we talked about the sacral chakra energies, we talked about relationships, right? And how important is it? But we haven't talked about energetically, like what is happening during intimacy, because you change energy. You not just change energy, you also change DNA as well with the person. So in that situation, you mixing also your karma and your karmic past with the person. So it's also, that's why it's also really important to understand who you are actually getting together with, right? You don't want to grab all kinds of karma from everybody around you. So to get to know the person and know maybe their family tree or know something about them, it's really beneficial, because then you know who you're mixing your karma with, because you take on their karma as well, okay? So that's one thing. So because you actually energetically connect with the person. The other thing is, probably you read it in books already, that when you are in intimate and then you getting an orgasm, is energetically, it's like a high vibration, like a bliss or joy feeling. And the joy and the bliss emotions are one of the highest emotions, highest frequency emotions, vibrational emotions. And manifesting from that frequency is very powerful. So some gurus or some masters out there saying that when you're reaching that point, then you should stop before you finish, if you know what I mean, because then the energies can keep in your system and use it actually for manifestation. So in that moment, thinking about something what you wish for, it's really powerful because you are in that very high frequency, and then you attract with that high frequency. Actually, you sending out some signals to the universe in that high frequency when you are in joy and bliss, and then you actually putting that manifestation into that mail to the universe, then it comes back on a much more stronger way. And I also want to share with you a very personal situation. It was before I even started doing Reiki healing. So I even started to learn about energies. Okay, so it was in my early 20s when I wasn't a Reiki master yet. I wasn't a Reiki healer. I didn't know how to do energy healing. I didn't know like that I can project energies from my hands, or what is energy. Like the only thing I knew about energy, what I learned on physics class, right? That electrons and atoms and protons and those kind of things, right? And they said that everybody is from atoms and every atom is from electrons, or you basically not a solid thing. Everything is moving and vibrating, right? But I never really knew how to really understand that. I was just okay following the course, or I was following the knowledge, but I didn't really knew how to feel it or explain it. And at one particular time, I was with a partner and we were intimate, and I got into the point when suddenly everything get pitch dark and I become and the other person become particles in front of my eyes. And it was shocking, and it was really, I felt that I am into pieces. I fell into literally particles, and I was shocked, and I was like, wow, this is the biggest proof that we are really from particles. And it took maybe a couple of seconds while I was having this image and this feeling, physical sensation, that literally I was in particle, the other person was particle, and I think everything around was like pitch black. And later, when I was started to studying about Reiki healing, energy healing, and all of this, multidimensionalization, it was much easier for me to capture those things and then understand those things, because I went through this experience and I knew that we are not solid. We are particles, literally. And then it's just which state you are at energetically, which frequency you are at, how you actually experience things within you and around you. So when people are talking about that, this is an illusion, this is not how is everything, and then basically the reality is outside of the matrix and so on, it's easier for me to understand because I had that experience. But it's really like that. Like the physical things are just vibrating energy. Everything is vibrating energy, and I've seen it and felt it, and it was insane. I never felt it since then in that intensively, and I never seen it that way, because it was a literal uh, visual. It was visual as well. It wasn't just a sensation. So later, when I was the first time started to doing samadhi, it was the vibration was similar. I felt that I'm vibrating like I am in particles, but I haven't had the same vision, obviously, or same exact same powerful experience, but still experience the vibration. And I remember that once I had a bladder infection, and then I booked myself into the doctor next day for a test, an urinary test, or to go there. And then that evening I decided to do samadhi. And as I was doing samadhi meditation, I decided to keep myself in that vibration. And then all night, sometimes I woke up and then I was like, I'm still vibrating. Okay. So, and went back to sleep. And I was in that vibration all night. And then in the morning, I woke up and I had no symptoms. I canceled my appointment with the doctor. So what happened is, because I raised my vibration with the samadhi to the highest frequency, basically the vibration of the universe, because if you remember in the meditation, I'm saying you become one with the Supreme Pure Consciousness. So you're vibrating with the frequency of the universe, there is no sickness there. There is no illness there. It's just everything is on that high frequency. There is no pain. Okay, so my body was in that high frequency all night, which is here have to heal my body. Okay, eliminate all the pain. And then, because most of the time, what is illness, what is pain, is just stuck energies. Okay, so those stuck energies had to shake it off, right? Release it. And that's what happened at that night, being in that high vibration. So frequencies and high vibration is really powerful for healing, especially if it's like at the beginning of your illness. Even one night can, release it and heal it. If it's like a long-term illness and a long-term situation, of course, obviously one night most likely won't be enough to release it or replace those frequencies. It would take several, sessions or healings, and also go deeper into the core, not just healing the surface. But what is happening, the body can heal itself much faster when you are at night sleeping, because you don't self-sabotaging with your thoughts. So when you have a thought pattern which is negative, and you don't believe in your healing, and you're always telling yourself like, oh, I'm sick again, or I'm feeling this bad, or I'm feeling that bad, you always ruining how the body tries to heal itself at night. You probably realize that when you have a flu or any kinds of illness and you sleep, in the morning you usually feel better, because the body was kind of repairing stuff at night while you were sleeping. But then during the day, you're having those thought patterns, and then that's what is actually bringing you back to the original situation, or to the sickness and whatever, because you are not in a high vibration when you are awake. All kinds of things lowering your vibration, right? All kinds of situations, the news, your neighbor, your family, your stress about your work, your guilt and shame about being sick. All of this thinking is start lowering the vibration from the frequency where you were when you were doing the samadhi, or when you were sleeping, when the universe tried to take care of you. So basically, with your thought patterns, with your emotions, your negative emotions, you lowering your vibrations. And as you lowering your vibrations, you allowing the sickness to come back and take over again. Okay, so I highly recommend you to practice samadhi meditation as often as you can, like maybe once a day at least. I do not recommend to do it like 3, 4, 5 every day, 3, 4, 5 times, because then you're going to be pretty dizzy and foggy and not really operating well in 3D reality. And why we doing actually samadhi or any kind of meditations? Because we want our 3D reality to improve, right? So that's why it's the best is to do maybe once or twice a day, like in the morning and in the evening. And between, just do your things, and enjoy life. Make sure that you keep your vibration high with positive thoughts. Okay, being on a good mood, doing things what you love, doing things what you enjoy, basically, and just feel good about it. Okay, so I'm coming next week as well at 2 p.m. Eastern time with the next episode, and I hope to see you again, and I hope to enjoy it today. And you were watching Release with Ease. I am your host, Edith Beekis, and this show was brought to you by Board Brief TV. See you next time.